Hello, this is my first little just wake up, warm up video for those of you at home, and we're all at home. I've had the pleasure this past week of really moving into my new house and spending time nesting, and then finally getting to the point where, okay, we're still home. Let me start figuring out a way to create an online presence so I can still connect with all of you, and you can still get little sequences from me, little movement, deep breathing, and that we can all stay connected. And I'm hoping to figure it out a little bit more and work on sequences, but also how I'm going to send it to you, how this is going to come through video, because I'm not, it's my first time doing this, so we're going to do it together. So in this sequence, we're going to start on our back, so I'm going to get comfortable on my back. And so those of you that know my classes know I love to start in constructive rest, where the feet are as wide as the mat and the knees kind of roll into touch to help support the pelvic bowl. And then maybe bring your hands to your belly. Take a few natural breaths. Notice the mood of your breath. If there's any quality or texture to the breath. And then take a falling out breath. Deep breath in through your nose, and then let it fall out through the mouth. And if that felt good, maybe do it again. And then begin to slowly walk the feet toward each other until they're about hip distance apart. Ankles underneath knees. Extend the arms alongside the body like a second and third spine. And just begin to kind of rock, arching and rounding the spine, rocking the pelvic bowl forward and back. Pelvic tilts. Exhaling when you round, inhale when you arch. Doing that a few more times. And then press into the feet. Take the arms out to a T. Let the palms face up and extend through the fingertips long. Maybe lift the chest a little to kind of roll the shoulders down the back or wrap them toward each other. And then draw the navel down toward the spine as you kind of scoop the pubic bone toward the chest. And then let it fall naturally. Press into the feet. Just feel that connection to earth. Notice what happens to the spine. And then press into the feet. Lift the hips slightly. Bring them over to the right. And let the knees drop to the left. And let the gaze look toward the right. Just breathe here. Notice if the chin is in toward the chest. See if the spine can stay long, that there's no kind of cranking in the cervical spine and the neck. Breathing in. Let the feet be active. If you want to go deeper, you can extend that right leg toward the foot. Right leg toward the hand. Good. Breathing in and breathing out. Take a deep breath in, and on an exhalation, gently bring the knees back up to center, plant in through the feet, press down, lift the hips, bring them over to the left, and let the knees drop to the right. And let the gaze look off to the left in the opposite direction. And again, you could stay here, active feet, or you can extend that left leg toward that right hand for depth. But notice that the need to go further, right? It's not always better. Meet yourself where you're at, where you need to be right now. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale. Bring the knees back to center. Press into the feet. Lift the hips, kind of shake them out a little bit. Drop the tailbone. Bring the knees into the chest. Hug them in. You might round the spine. Breathing in and breathing out. Release back. Plant the feet. Good. And take your hands, and as if you could press into your thighs where your thighs meet the hips, right in the hip flexor. Kind of press to lengthen. Roll the shoulders back. Good. And then draw the belly down and just feel that activation. Breathing in and breathing out. Good. And then soften the hands. Lengthen that right leg up. You're going to walk the left foot over like a footprint to the right. Bring the knee in line with the right knee. Cross that right leg over. Wrap the knee and bring the knees into the chest. Right? If you have space, you can bring them deep into the chest. I like to take my thumbs into my hip flexor, kind of lengthen here. And then if you can fan the feet out, right? Drawing the feet out, opening up. Notice where you feel it. Breathe into that. So much tension, right, in our world lately. So much tension in the body. Right? Notice what deep breathing feels like. And then release, untangle, plant the feet, hands to belly, breathe, notice and feel. Hug the knees in, right? Hug in, you may round the spine, kiss the knees, thank them for all the places they've walked and now staying home. Bring the head back, plant the feet, extend that left leg up, walk the right foot a footprint over to the left, bring the knees in line, crisscross kind of, stack the knees, bring them in toward the chest, fan the feet out if you can, and just breathe into where you're feeling it. Inviting release. And then let go, untangle, plant the feet, place the hands, breathe, notice, and feel. And then press into the feet. Lift the hips again. Bring them over to the left. Roll to your right. And we're going to come up into deer. So you're going to take your right shin, say parallel to the front of your mat, and your left shin parallel to the side. And I have props. You may not have props. You may not need any. So this is going to be deer and yin. So you're going to kind of let the hips drop. You might have to prop the right hip a little bit. Mine might dip down, right, to help support the left hip from dropping. And then you could kind of slowly fold forward, come onto your forearms, right? Plant the hands and just let the chest melt. We're not going to stay here for as long as I've done or taught traditionally in my classes, but just take the time to breathe, right? Sometimes a pause, right? It doesn't have to be prolonged to be profound. Maybe let the head drop. Sometimes I like to come onto my elbows, bring my palms together, take my thumbs into, right, kind of my third eye center and let the chest drop. Ten more breaths. And then slowly breathe down into the ground for connection with your hands. Slowly lengthen the spine up. And then you're going to just switch. Take it on the other side. Notice your seat here, what's happening in the opposite hip. Right, you might need to prop with that blanket, might not. Inhale. And then exhale, let yourself slowly descend. What happened on the other side isn't necessarily going to happen on this side. You might not be able to go as deep. And know that folding forward isn't necessary. Right? Just meeting yourself where you're at is super important. Allowing yourself to be vulnerable. But when we stay in shapes for some time, the body sometimes settles. Maybe it gets more irritated. Just be present with whatever is there. Ten more breaths. Notice as sensations rise and fall. And slowly connect to the earth. Find your way to lengthen up. Extend the legs out, maybe wide, right? Any way your legs want to open out before coming to a seat. Closing the eyes. Letting the palms face up. Thanking yourself for coming into this short practice with me. Know that we're all in this together. Bring your hands together in front of your heart. Bow to that light that resides in you, that resides in each and every one of us. And may you be peaceful and awake and aware of everything in between. Namaste, my friends. See you later.